What's up, y'all? I'm recording this video after the Dodgers won the World Series, so congratulations to Los Angeles, my native area. The city went up last night, and we got the parade tomorrow. So I'm jumping in today. I'm having chai tea that my wife ordered. I'll put it down in the description of where she got it from. One of the chefs off TV. I don't know. But I think it's from India or something like that, like traditional chai leaves. So it's actually pretty good. Um, yeah, tasty. I love chai. Good for the tummy and good for the soul. Anyway, so I'm on my series right now of making video content of my LinkedIn post. And today we're going to talk about one of my posts that got a lot of reactions. And I like to read it to you guys verbatim so that we don't miss the point. All right, so let me pull it up real quick. 1 second. All right, here we go. No one cares about your growth. You have to do the self work even when you're exhausted. I think I wrote this post after feeling drained, not reciprocated, overworked, undervalued. And it really hit me like no matter how much, your quote unquote clients or friends, family, whoever pulls on you for the things that they need, nobody's going to ask you, did you do the self work before you went to bed or when you woke up this morning? And I felt that in the spirit of exhaustion, probably the day right after I felt those feelings. And I wrote this. So it says, after 25 years of dedicating myself to serving others, I've learned one harsh truth. No one is going to remind you to work on yourself. When you're working on something for someone else, they only care about the value you bring to them. And that's just the reality of business. And I'd like to also add the reality of life. And sure, this may sound counterintuitive because we are in a service business. Our lives are designed to serve others, right? And on this channel, we speak about being believers. And even on that level, being a believer is about service. It's about discipleship. It's about sacrifice, right? However, you can't sacrifice yourself without replenishment. Like when you go to the gym, right? They suggest that you work out a few days, a rest day. Few days, a rest day where you need to repair those muscles and things like that, give massages, all that. For all you guys who are heavy gym fanatics out there or health fanatics when it comes to working out, you know what I mean. And the objective is you have to do the same thing for your mental health, for your spiritual health, and just simple rest and reset. So What does that look like to you? And for me, this year, 2024, the transformation of me consisted of like more of an intense study of the Bible, more intense reading, and I will share my book list, everything that had a huge impact on me this year. I'm going to share all of that and the reasons why in the next videos. Each book deserves its own video for sure. Let me continue on here. It says, but personal growth, that's your responsibility. You have to carve out the time for self-work, even when you're exhausted and no one is there to push you. Your own dreams, values, and well-being need as much attention as the service you give to others. Let that sink in. A lot of you may feel guilty and you may feel obligated and you may feel, what's the word I'm looking for? You may feel like you may have let somebody down, right? When it comes to making sure everyone else is okay. And the truth is, as an entrepreneur, it's our duty for sure to meet the needs of others. But if the truth be told, who in your circle, in your family, and wherever in your customer base, who is actually concerned about you? And there may be a few, like you may be watching this video and there may be somebody who you can lean on and they're actually a reciprocator of the energy and love and support that you give. So you definitely tap into those people, but sometimes you don't have someone. A lot of times I don't have someone. But this next phase, going into 2025, I'll train myself to really dive into building the person of who I am, the human, to be able to serve others. Right? So with my community, the idea of my membership community, we're going to be building a better person who then can be a better entrepreneur, a better creator, a better artist, better producer, better songwriter, better innovator, better tech startup founder. Being a better person is where everything begins. That's one of the things you really need to know. Being a better person is where it all begins. And it starts with the spirit. Understanding the value in a relationship with God, because you'll hear me say this all the time. We are made in His image and likeness. He's the ultimate creator. You can literally stop and look around you, go outside, breathe in the air, look at the ecosystem, look at the birds, look at the bees, butterflies, the ocean. All these things of beauty, and we are made in His image and likeness. That's powerful. So I would just urge you to step into becoming a better you before anything else, before you write another song, before you make another beat, right? Understand the value of what it means to be connected to the Creator and how powerful it is. I was watching Apostle Joshua Selman, and that he said your confidence comes from a deep knowledge of God, true confidence. And that was like impactful, because if you don't know who God is, how can you really be confident in life, right? There's some people who are just naturally confident, that they give no reverence to God. They just have a confident spirit that go get them, tenacity. They understand the law of attraction, all those things which are still spiritual. And for those who are believers, you got to know the promises of God. You got to know God more, so that you can understand the power and the light that you present when you go out into the world, and why people are attracted to your light, right? Some people may get it confused that the attraction that's coming into them is their own. This is my own charisma. And no, for believers, remember that discipleship is our overall goal, no matter what. Like, I promised myself that I wouldn't dim my light ever again, ever, to make somebody else feel comfortable. But even when you do that, you're not giving glory to God when you dim your light, and also when you think that the light is because of your own charisma or whatever, your magnetic personality. So I'm saying that to say you stay balanced, keeping yourself rooted and grounded, but also, again, remember, no one cares about your growth. You have to do the self work even when you're exhausted. Get some rest, drink some tea or some coffee, whatever. I'm on chai tea today. As we head into 2025, let me read this last line. It says, if you're feeling burnout, ask yourself, are you balancing the time between serving others and investing in yourself? Because no one else will do that for you. And this is why I'm creating my community. You'll be able to click on the link in the bio if you want to join, where we focus on peak performance, peak imagination, peak creativity. Again, I'll explain in each video as I evangelize this concept. There's nothing new. It's just what God gave me and how I'm going to build community around my mentorship and consultation programs and things like that. I want to build the person. We'll have the bells and whistles, peak experiences, all that. But we want to make sure we start in the right place. A lot of times people motivate you guys, come on, let's go, let's go, let's go. Not even knowing where your heart and your mind, where your spirit is. You may be totally fatigued. But there's principles that God showed me this year that I'm very happy about. Even for someone like me who's been in church all their life, a believer my whole life, but there are levels to the relationship. As you get closer and closer to God, you elevate, your mind is expanded. So in our group, we'll share those things. So if you want to join the community, right now we have 2 months left of the year, and we're going to do a peak vision experience or challenge for the next 2 months. It'll still be available within the 2025 year. It's just basically whenever you see this video, just know that we will have a continual vision challenge or experience. That's what I want to call it. So whenever you see this video, it's not too late, even though I'm personally starting November 1st. And I'll be working on my personal vision for 2025 to help serve others, to make sure I give back to myself, to make sure I'm at the peak of my imagination every day. I'm at the peak of my experiences every day, not doing what I have to, doing what I want, doing what my imagination, and we'll explore to the idea of imagination. It comes from the spiritual realm. We'll explore those things also in our community. And I like to reiterate this community that I'm building, the best of the best musicians, singers, songwriters, entrepreneurs. And it doesn't matter if you're in the creative entertainment space or not. It's open for everyone, but it's about people who have big ideas that they need to get off. And that most of you guys out there, there's somebody like me, right? Who you have responsibilities, and you wrote that big idea down, but you can't find the time to navigate to it, right? And so that's what we're focusing on, is like, you got to get to the big idea. God gave you the big idea for a reason, to steward that idea. It's in your hands, not somebody else's. So it's your responsibility to make it happen. That's what our community is about. It's what God gave me to serve people. And it took me, what are we in, the 10th month of the year? It took me 10 months to get this idea. And it was revealed to me, I want to say, in a matter of 5 minutes. But that's why, if you constantly do your routine of working on yourself, being able to stay tuned, stay dialed in, reading, studying God's word, constantly praying, that's another thing, you'll start hearing more spiritually about things that you should do to serve your community. All right. So anyway, that was coffee time. Cheers. Leave a comment. Let me know what you had today. And be looking out for the 2025 initiative. Jump in. I'm excited to see where we're gonna where we're headed. All right. So I'll see you guys on the next video.